Imagine a world where age is just a number, where the vitality and strength of youth extend far beyond what we currently deem possible. A world where octogenarians scale mountains, dominate tennis courts, and live independently, vibrant lives well into their 90s. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, it's a reality being lived by a select group of individuals, the superagers. We've all heard the grim statistics: muscle mass shrinks by half by age 80, sarcopenia steals independence from millions, and falls send countless elderly individuals to the hospital. The narrative of aging has been painted in shades of decline and dependence, a seemingly inevitable slide towards frailty. But what if this narrative is fundamentally flawed? What if severe muscle atrophy isn't unavoidable? What if the key to maintaining strength and independence well into our golden years lies in unlocking the secrets of these superagers? This isn't about chasing eternal youth or defying the natural aging process. It's about understanding how to optimize our health and lifestyle to maintain our strength, mobility, and independence for as long as possible. It's about challenging the conventional wisdom and embracing a proactive approach to aging, one where we rewrite the narrative of decline and embrace the possibilities of a strong, vibrant, and independent future. This video delves into the groundbreaking research uncovering the habits and practices of these exceptional individuals, revealing the 7 key strategies that can help us all become ageless athletes, defying the limitations of age and living our lives to the fullest, regardless of the number of candles on our birthday cake. The research is compelling. The Journal of Physiology reports that some individuals in their 70s possess the strength, function, and even the physical appearance of someone decades younger. They navigate life with ease, effortlessly rising from chairs, bounding up stairs, and surpassing their peers in strength tests. These superagers aren't simply lucky, they're living proof that age-related muscle loss can be significantly delayed, even reversed. So, what are their secrets? What habits do they cultivate that set them apart from the majority of their age group? Let's explore the 7 key strategies that unlock the potential for a stronger, more independent future. 1. Hormetic stress, the power of controlled discomfort. One of the most counterintuitive habits of superagers is their deliberate exposure to hormetic stressors. Hormesis, a biological phenomenon, reveals that substances harmful in large doses can be beneficial in small amounts. It's the "what doesn't kill you makes you stronger" principle applied to the aging process. By intentionally exposing themselves to brief periods of stress, superagers trigger cellular defense mechanisms, preserving and even enhancing muscle function well into their 80s. Temperature variation. Consider the story of Maria, an 82-year-old avid gardener. Every morning, after her warm shower, Maria finishes with 30 seconds of cold water. This seemingly small act, a form of hormetic stress, activates her brown fat, boosts mitochondrial biogenesis, and triggers the release of adiponectin, a hormone that protects her muscle tissue from breakdown. Similarly, regular sauna use, a common practice in Finnish culture, has been linked to a 40% reduction in muscle loss compared to non-sauna users. The heat stress activates heat shock proteins, which protect muscle cells from damage and promote repair. Imagine the cumulative effect of these small, consistent exposures over decades. Intermittent fasting. Another powerful hormetic stressor is intermittent fasting. Superagers often restrict their food consumption to a narrow 8 to 10 hour window each day, promoting autophagy, the cellular cleansing process, without causing weight loss. Take David, a 75-year-old retired engineer. He eats all his meals between noon and 8 p.m. This simple change has boosted his mitochondrial activity in his muscles by 10% in just 12 weeks, enhancing his energy levels and overall muscle quality. Overcoming isometrics, muscle contractions, even transient and powerful ones, can also act as hormetic stressors. Superagers frequently engage in overcoming isometrics, pushing or pulling against stationary objects with maximal effort for 5 to 10 seconds. These short, forceful contractions communicate with muscle cells, keeping them large and active without excessive joint strain. Think of it as a quick, potent reminder to your muscles that they're still needed and capable. These controlled stresses, when properly administered and followed by adequate recovery, activate longevity genes like FOXOs and sirtuins, which play a crucial role in maintaining muscle mass as we age. The key is to start slowly and gradually build tolerance, avoiding overwhelming the system. The goal is gentle, helpful stress, not debilitating strain. 2. Protein timing, maximizing muscle protein synthesis. While protein intake is essential for muscle health, superagers understand that when they consume protein is just as critical as how much. The gradual decline in protein utilization that occurs with age, known as anabolic resistance, requires a strategic approach to protein timing. Spreading protein intake, a common mistake among seniors is consuming the majority of their protein at supper. Research in the Journal of Nutrition suggests that spreading protein intake evenly throughout the day is far more effective for muscle protein synthesis. This creates a consistent window of opportunity for muscle growth and repair. Consider the story of Eleanor, a 78-year-old yoga instructor. She used to have a light breakfast and lunch, saving her protein intake for dinner. After learning about protein timing, she now includes eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie in her morning routine, ensuring she gets 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. She's noticed a significant improvement in her muscle strength and energy levels. High-quality protein sources, focusing on lean meats, fish, dairy, or vegetarian protein sources like lentils and beans throughout the day, superagers maximize their muscle protein synthesis. A University of Texas study found that participants who spread their protein intake throughout the day gained an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks, without changing any other aspect of their lifestyle. This highlights the potent effect of simply optimizing protein timing. 3. Vitamin D optimization, the sunshine vitamin for strength. Vitamin D, often called the muscle vitamin, is crucial for muscle function and overall strength. Yet, a staggering 80% of the elderly population is deficient in this vital nutrient. Activating muscle-building genes, scientists at Harvard University have discovered that vitamin D activates genes involved in muscle building and synthesis. Muscle cells contain vitamin D receptors, and when these receptors are triggered, they initiate processes that promote muscle growth and maintenance. Think of it as a key that unlocks the door to muscle development. Improved muscle strength and balance. A groundbreaking study in JAMA Internal Medicine revealed that elderly individuals with excellent vitamin D levels exhibited 25% greater muscle strength and significantly improved reaction time, coordination, and balance compared to those with inadequate levels. These improvements are critical for preventing falls and maintaining independence. Supplementation strategies. While sun exposure is beneficial, it becomes less effective as we age. Our skin's ability to produce vitamin D decreases by 50% between the ages of 20 and 65. Therefore, supplementation is often necessary, especially for seniors. Research suggests that most seniors require 2,000 to 4,000 international units per day to achieve optimal levels. Vitamin K2 synergy. It's essential to remember the synergistic relationship between vitamin D and vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 ensures that calcium is properly utilized by the bones and prevents it from accumulating in the arteries. Supplementation with high doses of vitamin D without adequate vitamin K2 can potentially lead to arterial calcification. 4. Inflammation management, cooling the flames of aging. Chronic low-grade inflammation, often referred to as inflammaging, is a key driver of muscle loss in the elderly. It accelerates muscle protein breakdown, inhibits anabolic signals that promote muscle growth, and ultimately contributes to frailty. Prioritizing sleep. Superagers understand the importance of sleep for managing inflammation. They maintain a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed at the same time every night and sleeping in a completely dark room. Sleep deprivation can increase inflammatory cytokines by as much as 40%, accelerating muscle atrophy. Nurturing gut health. Alterations to gut flora associated with aging can directly contribute to systemic inflammation. Superagers consume a diverse range of plant foods, 30+ per week, fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and fiber-rich foods to support a healthy gut microbiome. Workout intensity modulation. While regular mobility is essential, superagers avoid overly intense workouts that can exacerbate inflammation. They typically engage in moderate intensity exercise most days, incorporating brief, intense intervals once or twice a week. Anti-inflammatory compounds. Superagers incorporate specific anti-inflammatory compounds into their diet, such as omega-3 fatty acids, 2 to 3 grams per day, curcumin, turmeric, and polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil. Monitoring inflammation levels through a simple blood test measuring high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, hsCRP, can provide valuable insights. Superagers typically maintain hsCRP levels below 1 mg per liter, significantly lower than the average senior. 5. Micronutrient optimization, the essential building blocks for muscle. While macronutrients like protein, carbohydrates, and fats receive considerable attention, superagers recognize the crucial role of specific micronutrients in supporting protein synthesis and muscle function. These essential nutrients act as facilitators, enabling the body to effectively utilize protein and maximize the benefits of exercise. Magnesium, the forgotten electrolyte, often overlooked. Magnesium is essential for over 300 enzymatic reactions involved in muscle function. A significant portion of the elderly population is deficient in this mineral. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with adequate magnesium levels had 30% stronger grips and significantly higher physical performance compared to those with even slightly low levels. Creatine, powering muscle energy. Creatine isn't just for bodybuilders, it plays a vital role in enhancing muscle energy generation and water content in muscle cells, creating an anabolic environment. Daily intake of 3 to 5 grams of creatine has been shown to significantly improve muscle mass, strength, and cognitive function in older adults. Methylated B12, combating absorption issues. As stomach acid production declines with age, the body's ability to absorb B12 diminishes. Proton pump inhibitors and metformin, commonly prescribed medications, can further deplete this vital vitamin. Deficiencies in B12 can negatively impact neuronal function and muscle energy production. Superagers often supplement with methylcobalamin, the active form of B12, rather than the cheaper cyanocobalamin found in most multivitamins. Mineral cofactors. Trace minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium play an essential role in facilitating protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, critical for nutrient transport to muscle tissue. Optimal levels of these minerals have been associated with a 22% increase in muscle mass maintenance over a 5-year period. Micronutrient testing can help individuals identify their specific nutritional gaps and tailor their supplementation accordingly, rather than relying on generic multivitamins. 6. Neuromuscular connection preservation, strengthening the mind-muscle link. As muscles atrophy, the connections between the muscles and the nervous system, known as neuromuscular junctions, also weaken. These junctions are like the electrical outlets that power our muscles. When they degenerate, no amount of protein or exercise can effectively bridge the gap between brain and muscle. Coordination-demanding activities like Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, and ping pong enhance brain pathways to muscles, strengthening neuromuscular connections. These activities require the nervous system to recruit muscle fibers in specific patterns, improving coordination and control. Studies have shown that older adults who participate in coordination-demanding activities twice weekly preserve neuromuscular connections 31% better than those who only engage in conventional exercise. Neuromuscular promoting chemicals, certain compounds, such as alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl-L-carnitine, can protect the nerve-muscle link from oxidative damage. Some B1 forms, like benfotiamine and huperzine A, found in Chinese club moss, can boost the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is essential for muscle activation. Vagus nerve stimulation. Breathing techniques that stimulate the vagus nerve can improve neuromuscular transmission. Simple breathing exercises like box breathing, inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, can increase neural activation of muscles by as much as 15% in just 5 minutes a day. Mental stimulation. engaging in challenging cognitive pursuits can also preserve neuromuscular connections. Since the neuromuscular system and the brain share many neural pathways, brain training can have a direct positive effect on muscle function. 7. Progressive resistance training, the most powerful anti-aging drug. The most critical habit that distinguishes exceptionally strong 80-year-olds is progressive resistance training. This involves gradually challenging the muscles to combat the biological processes of muscle atrophy. Intensity over duration. Superagers prioritize intensity over duration, engaging in high-intensity resistance training to the point of failure. This stimulates protein synthesis in the muscles for up to 72 hours after exercise. Compound movements. Superagers focus on compound movements, such as squats, deadlifts, rows, pushes, and pulls, which engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously. These movements produce a stronger hormonal response and improve overall strength and mobility. Progressive overload. The key to continued muscle growth and strength is progressive overload, gradually increasing the level of difficulty over time. This can involve increasing the weight, repetitions, or sets. Eccentric training, emphasizing the eccentric, or lowering, portion of exercises can be particularly effective for strengthening muscles in the elderly. Lowering the weight slowly puts more strain on the muscles without putting as much strain on the joints. The benefits of progressive resistance training extend beyond muscle strength. Studies have shown improvements in cognitive function, bone density, and blood glucose control. The secrets of the superagers aren't mystical or unattainable. They're rooted in science, grounded in consistent habits, and accessible to anyone willing to embrace a proactive approach to aging. By incorporating these 7 strategies into our lives, we can challenge the conventional narrative of decline and unlock our potential for a stronger, more independent future. The journey to becoming an ageless athlete isn't about achieving perfection, it's about progress, consistency, and a commitment to optimizing our health at every stage of life. Choose one habit that resonates with you and begin implementing it today. Gradually incorporate the other strategies as you build tolerance and confidence. Remember, the true hazard lies not in the effort required to maintain strength, but in the consequences of neglecting it. Embrace the power of progressive resistance training, optimize your nutrition, manage inflammation, and cultivate a strong mind-muscle connection. By investing in your strength and independence today, you'll reap the dividends of a vibrant, fulfilling life for years to come. It's time to rewrite your aging narrative and embrace the ageless athlete within.